welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be doing my first update of my project pan. This is going to be a 1.5 month check-in with you guys. I will have linked in my description box below the initial project pan introduction video. Do feel free to go and give that video a view just to see what products that I am going to be working on this year and hoping to finish up. Today I have actually got quite a few products to show that I have had quite a big dent in terms of usage, so it will be a little bit interesting for you guys. Do let me know if you're doing a project pan in the comments below. I'd love to see how your journey is going so far. I am only going to be touching on the products that I've had actual movement on this last month and a half, this last 6 weeks, because I don't really want to show products that I haven't even touched. I want to keep it interesting for you guys, so I'll just show you those products. So before we jump into the video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up if you like project pans, and let me know in the comments below what you would like to see in my next videos. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So I thought we would start first with face powders. So I use face powders every single day. I do kind of lay it on pretty thick in terms of product usage, so I did expect there to be a bit of movement in this space quite quickly. So we're going to cover off on my bronzers, my blush and my highlight that I'm currently using, and then we'll also talk about the face powders as well. We'll start with my highlighter. So I will show you a picture of what my usage was like in my initial project pan video. This is what the usage looked like on my initial project pan video. So I had used quite a bit up. So this is what the product looks like now. I have used up quite a bit of product here, so there is actually quite a bit of usage. So I will put the image and the current usage side by side. This is what I was at before, and this is where I'm at now. So I have had quite a significant amount of usage there, which is really good. Pan is definitely bigger, so I'm super proud of that usage there. I love this product. It's actually really great. I'm wearing it today, so it's just a beautiful highlighter. So that's the Tarte Exposed highlighter. The next product is my Too Faced Papa Don't Peach blush. This was fresh when I initially showed this in my first video, and this is what it looks like now. So we're starting to get a little bit of movement in terms of that embossment that's on the product itself, but it's still not huge in terms of movement. It's weird. I find blushes are the hardest to use up. A blush can stay with me for years. That's why when people buy a lot of blushes, and don't get me wrong, I love blushes. I think that they're so much fun to buy. They just take forever to use up. So a project pan is a really good way for me to actually realize just how long this stuff lasts. I do have 2 in my project pan this year. I honestly don't think I'll get through them. I would love to hit pan at least on one of them, but if I could get through 2, that'd be amazing, but I seriously doubt that. It's just kind of to give me variety if I want to use a different shade. So that's what this product is at in terms of its usage for the last 6 weeks. Now the next is bronzers. So I feel like I had a big amount of movement in this space in the last 6 weeks. So this is what my current Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula looks like. It's essentially gone. Like, I'm actually finding it really hard to get all the product out of the edges here. It's actually kind of annoying, won't lie. So this is what the product looked like from my initial project pan. So as you can see, there's still quite a bit of product there, but if I put the 2 side by side, there's a huge amount of usage. Like, there's barely anything left. Whereas before there was still quite a bit of product there. So at the moment I'm kind of like scraping it out, and I think this is pretty much done. I'm going to do my best over the next 4 weeks to try and get as much out of it as possible, but it still smells delicious. It still smells fine. I'm finding it hard to get the product out, and I really love this bronzer. So it kind of sucks in terms of the fact that it's been used up, but it is something that I definitely consider repurchasing down the track. But in place of that, I have started diving into my alternative bronzer that I did have in my initial project pan, and it is the Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. It looks just like this one here. It's essentially brand new, barely used, so I have been dipping into this over the past week or so. I do really quite like it. It's super pigmented and it has a nice glow to the skin. So I'm enjoying this so far, and I'm actually really keen to make this my primary bronzer and then finish up with my Physicians Formula one. Although I do love that bronzer, I'm keen to move on to the next one. So moving on to face powders. So I had two in my project pan for this year. I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade Butter and in the shade Lavender. Realistically, this is the shade Lavender. I haven't used it at all. I'm still kind of freaked out about this product. I don't really know how to use it. Like, I know it's a powder, like I know it goes on the face, but it's a lavender powder. I'm still learning about color theory. I'm still learning about how I can use this product to its potential. I have marked on the product where it is sitting in terms of usage. I've had a play with it, but I haven't really used it. So that's where it's at. When I do start using it, then we'll be able to measure against how much I'm using per 6-week cycle and stuff like that. But for now, I'm not really using it. But the product that I am using on my face as the powder, which I am quite enjoying as well, is in the shade Butter of the Fenty Pro Filter powders. So I marked off last month where I was at in terms of usage. It was essentially brand new, so I marked it really quite high, and then I have used about a quarter. Yeah, I'd say about a quarter of the product. So this is where it's at now. I have marked the product here, as you can see. So I have used like a fair bit of product here, but I mean, I'm using this almost every single day. Like, I do tend to wear makeup every single day of the week, Monday to Friday for my corporate job, and then I do tend to wear it on weekends as well, because if I'm seeing my friends, I'm going to put something on my face, and I'm never going to not powder down my concealer under my eyes. So this doesn't go over my entire face, it just goes under my eyes, but I do still use a fair bit of product under there, so I am giving this one a fair go. It should last me until the middle of the year, no problems at all. So, I mean, it's kind of nice to know that this product's going to last so long, but I mean, after I finish this one and go into the lavender one, I do still think that these products will last me the entire year to use up. And when you think about it like that, in terms of when you're purchasing makeup and just how long it lasts, and the fact that these do have an expiry date on them, I mean, this has a 12-month expiry date on it. I bought this mid last year. This will not be done. I don't think this will be done within its expiry period, and I'm using it flat out every single day. So it's kind of nice to put a realistic marker on what we're spending our money on, and the fact that this stuff goes off. Sometimes we don't get it done before it goes off, and it's just kind of gross. Okay, so moving on to primers. So I initially talked about my Ole Henriksen Banana Bright face primer in my initial project pan, and guess what? You girls finished it. It's got nothing left. Like, it's gone, it's done, it's used, thank God. I did love this primer though, but it has a 6-month expiration on it, which is warning signs to me, which means there's lots of natural product in there, which means it's really good for you. It's just that I actually don't know if I use this up within the 6 months of when I purchased it, because this stuff lasts for ages. Like, it just lasts so long. Primers last me forever. So I'm glad to see this out of my project pan cycle, but it is something that I would consider repurchasing in the future, but purchasing knowing that I would have to use it pretty much flat out from the moment that I purchase it. So that's a really good product that's out of my project pan now. Now stepping in its place is the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. Wow, that's a really big title. But I've had this for a long time. So I don't think it's in date. It actually doesn't have an expiration date on it anywhere, but it's coconut, so I can almost guarantee you it's expired. But I'm going to use it up anyway, because this was very expensive and I'm not going to let that money go to waste. So it has a pump on it. It's really, really cute. I remember Jaclyn Hill was raving about this a couple of years ago, and that's what kind of pushed me to buy it. It was super popular, super hard to get a hold of, and now it's whatever. So personally, look, I've used it a couple of times since I've run out of that Ole Henriksen primer. It's okay, it's nothing special. I mean, I'm combination skin, so it's not really that great for me. It does kind of oil me up a little bit because it does stimulate oils. It's probably really great for dry skin, but I think I prefer a pore filling primer, such as the new Tatcha one that's come out, the solid primer that's in the round container. I really like that. I really like the Porefessional primer. I just think that those more slippery, silicone-y kind of based ones are more what works for me. So this is the kind of primer that I'll use up. I probably won't ever repurchase it, to be honest. It was very expensive for what it is, but I'm super keen to pan this one this year. Moving on to setting sprays, I did have 2 setting sprays in my project pan. I had the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with aloe, chamomile and lavender. I just use this sporadically if my skin's feeling a bit more on the dry side. I do tend to use this, or I use this to wet my brush. It's kind of like a whatever product for me, so I'm not really tracking it. I just use it as I need to. It's not something that I'm super keen to get out of my collection. It does smell nice, it's cheap, it's good quality, so I'm not really too concerned about this product. The one that I am concerned about though is this one here, which is the Pretty Vulgar Lock It In Setting Spray. This smells so gross. I just don't know why I purchased it. I think it was the packaging, because I had a big puff thing attached to it and I really liked it and I thought it was going to look good on my vanity, but honestly, it doesn't smell nice. It's not nice at all. I have scratched away some of the product on the bottle so that we can see where I have developed in terms of usage. The marker that's on there is where it was, and then the line now is essentially here. I will need to mark that. So I have used quite a lot. There's about half of the product left in the bottle at the moment, and I cannot wait to get this out of my collection. It's not something that I'm going to ever repurchase. It's kind of a really bad first impression of the brand for me. I've never used anything by Pretty Vulgar before, and I don't know, I'm not impressed by this particular product. As soon as I get the chance to go back to my D-Slick from Urban Decay, I will be doing that. So moving on to my last 3 products, I'm just going to briefly talk about the first 2 just because there's not really much to say. I'm using the Stila Kitten. This is one of their Magnificent Metals, I believe it is. Shimmer and Glow. This is their Shimmer and Glows, their liquid eyeshadows. This is, I pulled the stopper out of this because I wanted to get the rest of the product out, so it's kind of gone everywhere. There is nothing like left. I'm scraping the sides for the product and there's like nothing left. So I think this is pretty much ready to be trashed. And it's dried out as well, so I think this will be trashed either this week or next week, so it probably won't be in my project pan moving forward. So I will be trashing the Ole Henriksen primer as well, and this will probably go as well. So just so that you guys know that that's now out of my collection. I do have other stuff that I'm using. The last product that I have to talk about for my project pan is the eyeshadow palette that I decided to take on for this year, and I will show you the initial photo first. So this was the initial photo that I took for my first project pan video. So the usage on this, there was a couple of pans in there, but I mean, I wanted to get some more usage out of that. But this is what the product looks like now. So there is a lot more usage in there. I have really gone to town on this product right here, and I am using this one a lot more. I am using this for my inner corner highlight, and I'm using this to set my eyelids. Please do ignore my disgusting fake tan, but I am starting to use this as much as I possibly can. So this is my initial usage versus where we're at now. So there is a lot of development in terms of the pans. They're a lot bigger. Sorry if that's really not the best way to show you development, but I haven't quite figured out how to put it on the screen. So there has been a lot of development in terms of my favorite shades, which obviously is this one here and this one here, but I am actively trying to use up these bigger double size pans as well on the everyday. So I'm hoping once I have used up my more comfortable shades, like the ones I'm drawn to the most, which is the ones that I've hit pan on, I will push my way out into other shades, which there are other shades there that I can use on the everyday. Like, I mean, I could use this gold, I can use this shade, and this shade. There's definitely potential for me to do more with this palette over time. It's just a matter of pushing me out of my comfort zone and making me get there. I am very proud of my development in the last 6 weeks. It's incredible how much product you can use in that period of time, but then again, it's also super incredible how slow it can take to finish something up. So people who have those massive collections, I mean, I have a lot as well. I am an aspiring makeup artist, so I do have a lot in my kit, but I do find that for people who aren't makeup artists that do have these extravagant like amounts of product in their collections, it is sometimes a bit much. But I mean, if it's something that you love, who cares? Do what is good for you. It's just that when you realistically realize how long it takes to use up a product, that's your money. And I mean, it's a long time to get through these products. So it's really good to think about the fact that, hey, wait, maybe I don't need more. I mean, I recently did a haul video. If it's not up yet, I'll have it linked in the description box below if it's up. If it's not up yet, it will be coming. I've purchased products, and I mean, even just doing this project pan is making me think about the fact that how long is it going to take me to get through the eyeshadow palettes that I hauled in that video. So it's just really good to think about that sort of stuff when you are making your purchases, and thinking about the long-term implications on not only your financial situation but also the impact on the environment, the packaging and stuff like that. So if you guys are doing a project pan and you would like to talk about how you're going and about your journey, I'd love to chat about it. And before you leave, do not forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I will also have my Instagram handles in the description box below, as well as all of the products that I have mentioned today. So if there's anything that you're interested in, they will all be linked down there. And thank you so much again for clicking on this video, and I hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!